Hello book lovers and welcome to another episode of the Monday Book Club. This week we're looking at the first of the Anita Blake Vampire Hunter novels. It's Guilty Pleasures by Laurell K Hamilton. Now I know what you're probably going to be thinking. This series gets an awful lot of flack. It's marketed with the catchphrase, "I don't date vampires, I kill them." But I would add, except when I date them, or when I'm shagging them, or when I'm not killing them, but I'm instead going after other things, and in fact I'm allied with vampires. So, all in all, I do an awful lot more not killing vampires than killing them, and also I have sex with them. But that would be a bit long for a tagline, so "I don't date vampires, I kill them" does seem kind of appropriate in kind of a way, but not really. But I suppose it is a useful catchphrase for differentiating the series from the True Blood novels, the Sookie Stackhouse Southern Vampire Mysteries, or whatever it was called. Yeah, I think that's right. So yeah, I can see why they use it. This, of course, is the first of a series, and Laurell Hamilton does an excellent job of setting up a franchise with this. She has the setting laid out, and it's a very, very good setting. You can feel that it's real, it's based on St. Louis, and it does feel like a real place with real people, even though some of them are monsters and some of them are undead, but not quite monsters. And there's that and the other. It feels real. It feels like you could go there and actually go to the bars that I mentioned in here and see the vampires and see the shows. It's very good. The characters are fantastically rounded. They're fleshed out. A lot is made about Anita being a very good Catholic girl, but yeah, the religion does come into it a lot. That's one thing that really seems to pervade modern American novels, is the idea that you have to shoehorn religion in there somewhere. Which is one of the reasons why, in comparison with the Harry Dresden books, I'd probably take Dresden over Blake, because it doesn't shove religion into your face quite as much, which I think is personally a good thing. I think when it's not the central theme, like it is in the Da Vinci Code or things like that, then perhaps put it on the back burner and get on with your story. But maybe that's just me. But back to the novel. The characters are fantastic, the locations are fantastic, the plot is interesting. It's got some twists and some turns, but it is still a fairly straightforward plot. It feels and reads an awful lot like the pilot episode of a TV series, and that's no bad thing. It sets up a formula very, very well. Possibly better than the Dresden Files books do, which, funnily enough, were inspired by this set. So it is a fantastic book with a fantastic idea, and you really feel that you know what you're going to be getting for the rest of the series when you read this. If there was a problem with the book, it wouldn't be the setting or the characters. I have to say the magic system. It is, from the start, a little bit flimsy. You don't really get an idea of whether Laurell Hamilton really knows what she's doing with the magic in her setting. It kind of adapts as the plot requires it, which is no bad thing if that's what you're going for. But when you're setting up a paranormal, supernatural style of setting, usually what you get first is a magic system and how the paranormal work. I don't feel like that's here, because I don't think that's really the main point of the books. It is a paranormal setting. There is magic, but it's a setting about characters and their relationships primarily. I think that's what you've got to look at with this book compared to other ones in the same sort of genre. This is a character-driven set of books rather than a paranormal set of books. So if you're going in looking for that, that's great. Just remember that is what you're getting over anything else. Okay, that's all we've really got to say about Guilty Pleasures. So that's Laurell K Hamilton's Guilty Pleasures, the first in the Anita Blake Vampire Hunter series. Now, next week we're going to be talking about something completely different. It's Mouse by Art Spiegelman. So do have a look at that one, and if you have comments on it, remember to leave your comments in the description bar below on the video. And of course, if you have comments about Laurell K Hamilton's Vampire Hunter series or Guilty Pleasures itself, do leave them down in the description bar on this one below. I really like this, and it went on to buy several more in the series, so I kind of like it, but I'd like to know what you think too. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. If you did like this, remember to click a like button, share it with your friends so that they know a good book when they see it, and do subscribe for future videos because there will be more in the future. But until next time, I've been Kirk-Robinson, you've been watching the Monday Book Club, and I'll see you next week.